Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be flipping through my 2021 bullet journal. As you can see, I used a Scribbles That Matter iconic A5 dot grid journal. It's pretty worn because it is very well used and heavily used for some parts of the year and not so much for other parts, but we'll get into that in a minute. If you have not checked out my video from about this time last year, be sure to go check that out where I set up the beginning of this journal for 2021. Also, if you're interested in custom journals, if you have started bullet journaling and you're looking for some inspiration, be sure to also check out 5 or 6, I think I have 6 videos of custom bullet journals that I did in 2021. They are all uploaded, so be sure to go check those out in my channel as well. If you're new here, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Let's get right into this flip through, and let's hope that this video is not more than 25 minutes long. And I say that just because I personally don't watch journal flip throughs if they're longer than like 27, 28 minutes max. I give up. I watch them up until that point, but if they're longer than that, I don't watch the last 7 to 8 minutes. And so you know, I'm trying to make something that people want to watch and that you'll actually finish and get through while still being entertained. So let's check it out. As you can see, I added some paper on the inside that matches the color of my journal and the accents. This journal does go the entire year of 2021, and I'm going to talk more as we go through this about some of the specifics of some of the spreads, but really also I'm going to focus on what I learned from bullet journaling and what it's helped me do, and what are some things that I have learned about myself that don't really have anything to do with bullet journaling. So one thing for sure, I set this journal up. This was my first journal starting at the beginning of the year. So I started journaling in 2020, and when I started it was like May, June, July-ish. It was the summertime. And so I started the middle of the year. This is the first journal that went through the entire year. And what I learned is that I was really focused on doing what all the other content creators were doing. Everybody that I saw on Instagram and Pinterest, I noticed that they were journaling a certain way, and so a lot of those early spreads that you saw and a lot of what you'll see throughout this journal are things that I thought I needed to have. But one of my favorite lessons I've learned from bullet journaling is I don't need to have anything except what's actually going to be helpful for me. One thing that I have found really helpful is adding my inspiration handles here. So for a lot of the spreads, you'll see an @ and it'll be the name of a content creator. In this case, it's a company where I got inspiration from for that month or for that specific theme. So this theme is from my favorite game, one of my favorite games of all time, Don't Starve Together. It's by Clay Entertainment. The company is Clay Entertainment. And my favorite character is Wickerbottom. So her catchphrase is "Knowledge is power." This is a winter hat that you need to survive in wintertime. For those of you who know about the game, you know how much I love Wickerbottom. You know how much I'm addicted to this game. This is one of my favorite items to craft. And so this entire month was inspired by that. So one thing that I did a lot of in 2021 was really thinking about and incorporating things that I like and things that I am passionate about that aren't necessarily status quo for journaling. You know, there was a huge Among Us crave. Everybody who journals, it seems like so many people who journal, I won't say everybody because I know that's not accurate, but it seems like so many people who journal are also into Stardew Valley and Cozy Grove and Animal Crossing. And you know, I don't have a Switch and I haven't played any of those games, even if they're on PC. And so I thought, what better way to still put my gaming addiction in my journal than putting my game in the journal. So I've actually played this game a lot less since January, like increasingly less and less each month, but it's still one of my favorites. Another thing that I tried to do in this journal, and I think I did really well, was going outside of my comfort zone. You know, not holding myself to an expectation of you have to track these habits every single month, and if you're not doing that, then you're failing, because that's how it felt. You know, if I said I'm tracking 10 habits in 1 month, then the next month I have to track those 10 or I'm failing, and that's just not productive. That's not what journaling is supposed to be. That's not what I want my journal to be for me. So that is something that I think I did really well in, just kind of giving myself grace and taking a deep breath and taking a step back and saying, you know what, I'm gonna make this exactly what I want it to be for me. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. So I'm curious to know, let me know down in the comments, what's your favorite theme? I want to know what your favorite theme is. For me, I know we're only on March right now, and you can see March is very underused because I had accepted a new position on, what day is it? This day. Well, actually this day. That lady, I had to call her on Wednesday. I accepted a new job, and so March is very underused, except for this page. Da, 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 da. So for me, my favorite theme in the journal is February. By far, it is the best looking, and we're getting ready to come up on my number 2 very soon. But another one of my top favorite spreads is this one. So if you guys know, and if you don't know, I do live streams on Twitch. I am not consistent. I am not very popular, but I do have a few friends. One of those friends is The Incarnate. He streams, I believe his pronouns are he. I hope I'm not messing up his pronouns. I don't know that I know his pronouns for sure. Okay, I hope I'm not messing this up, Incarnate. But my friend Incarnate streams on Twitch. He plays video games, he does art. This was my first attempt at like fan art ever. And I just had so much fun with this. You know, I was watching his stream one day and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do fan art. I'm gonna put it in my journal and see how I feel about it. I really like it. It's really fun. I don't want anybody to think I have favorites, but I do have several favorites. Incarnate is one, Tricky Trident is another, and then as far as streamers go, and then like of course my family and friends that I play games with, and other people that we know in our Don't Starve community, in our Twitch community and Twitter community. Also, big shout out, and this is probably gonna be one of the spreads that I put, or one of the, yeah, it's a spread. It's a shrine inside my journal for Mix and Max. If you don't know them, they are co-op streamers on Twitch as well. They live in New Zealand, I believe, and so our times are always so different and so off, but they are gonna be, I have decided, the next shrine in my 2022 journal, which we're going to talk about. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that here at the end of this video. But yeah, so this is one of my streamer friends, really cool person, really great energy. I've actually played games with his mom as well. This is how much I'm addicted to Don't Starve. His mom wanted to play and I was like, yeah, Ma, I'll teach you, like, let's go. And we played for a couple weeks together, so that was super fun. So originally I had done this flip through on Twitch with my very small, very loving, very adorable community, because I wanted their live comments to show up like here around this side of the screen. And then because I installed some new tech into my PC, I added a graphics card a year and a half after building this thing. OBS was not cooperative, and so that video was completely ruined. I couldn't edit the VOD, I couldn't sync my voice or the journal or the music, and I was just sad. So unfortunately they were gonna be in the flip through video. They're not. I'm gonna find a way to still put them in some of my videos in the future, but for this one we weren't able to make it. So as you can see, in April, well, it may seem lazy, it may seem really inspired. I'll tell you, this is a really lazy month. I actually even have 2 weeks here on this same 2 pages, because these are the first 2 weeks that I started traveling full-time for work. And I just found that I didn't need as much space for personal stuff, because I was learning a new job and adjusting to new work, and it was the middle of April, but it was snowing both of those weeks that I traveled, so that was exciting in a way. And then we get to May. So May, as you can see, there I got my inspiration, Timmy Danzo art and Riley Autumn. Both of them have done painting themes. And I got a lot of inspiration from both of them for these colors and just kind of the outline and all of this. So one thing important that I learned about myself in the month of May specifically was that my hair was falling out. Because adulting and life and things change and your body changes, I was having trouble growing hair. And for those of you who have seen my older videos, or if you know me personally, if you've seen me on Twitch or Instagram or anywhere, you know that I had locks. And in May, I started combing them out because they just weren't healthy and I had to get on a new routine. So this here is the new routine. I had to go see a dermatologist and I had a lot of anti-inflammatory, I say a lot, it was only 3 different medications that I was taking to kind of get that under control. And thankfully it is under control. But by the time I got to this month, by the time I got to June, by the end of June, I took my time, but by the end of June, I had combed out all of my locks, and that was really sad to me. And honestly, only recently, this is, the end of June 2021 is when I no longer had locks. So I had really long hair. They were about 14 inches long. I'd been growing them for 7 years, and then we get to June, and my hair is like 4 inches long, and my head is really light, and I just look different. It's taken me up until December, so it took me the rest of this year, the rest of 2021, to really just be okay and accept that, you know what, hair is hair. It's gonna grow and it's gonna fall out and it's gonna be fine. I don't look crazy. I don't look terrible. Nobody hates my look. I am my worst critic. So whatever my hair looks like, it's gonna be okay. As long as it's healthy, which it is now, thankfully, as long as it's healthy, that's all that matters. And so June was a really big kickoff for kind of reevaluating how I look at myself and how I look at life. Coincidentally, this is also my second favorite spread. I love this quote, "Shoot for the stars, so if you fall, you land on the clouds." I love this design. I didn't write them down because I took inspiration from about 7 different Pinterest pages and 3 or 4 different YouTube videos and content creators on Instagram. Maybe one day I will go back and try to find them, but probably not. If I haven't done it by now, I'm probably not going to. But this is my second favorite spread in this journal. I did a little different style of habit tracker than I have in the past, and it worked pretty well. And then each week I just found myself I kind of fell in love again for like the 3rd time. I fell in love with journaling again. I tried a different style of weekly tracking. Instead of having individual days like this, I just had open space and things that I wanted to do. And sleeping was a really big issue for me in June because I was traveling and I was having a hard time getting on a really good sleep schedule when I came home on the weekends. So this week was just really open, and I really liked that. When I went back to this space for a day kind of setting, I didn't like it. I didn't really use it as much. Most of these are just like long form journal ideas, not really like what to do for the day. And then we get to this week. So this part of my journal, I revisit this often. I got to a point where I thought, I just want to draw things in my journal and I don't want to actually do anything. And I realized, wait a minute now, that's not why I started journaling. So I had to reevaluate, what do I want for my journal? And I didn't give myself like a top 3 or 5, but I asked myself, what are the top things I want from my journal? And I came up with those 4 ideas. And so once I decided that, and I decided how I wanted to make this work for me again, I started writing down a lot of different ideas. These stickers, and you'll see these in July and August, these stickers are from Planning with Kay. I love her stickers. They're so cute. I really love camping. I love going camping. I haven't been camping in like 2 years, so it's driving me a little bit crazy. But these stickers are super, super cute. And I bought enough to cover 2 months, so I thought that was really fun as well. So as much as I love these stickers and how cute they are, another thing that I learned during these 2 months of July and August is that I don't want stickers in my journal. I definitely don't want shiny stickers like these because they're really hard to write on, and even with permanent marker it takes forever for them to dry, and I just don't like them as much. For the matte stickers, they look nice, but honestly I can't be bothered with putting stickers in my journal. I'd rather draw it or just print it out from the computer and paste it in. Stickers, just, I don't know, I like them but I don't love them, if that makes sense. So I probably won't be using any stickers in my journal for 2022, but again, we're going to talk a little bit more about that at the end. So since I decided that I knew I didn't want stickers, I knew that I wanted to draw, but I also wanted things to be simple, and I knew that I had this much space left for the last 4 months, I went really simple with September. So this was the first time that I tried the Alistair method. And this changed over the course of September, October, and November, which is really fun. That's another thing that I learned, is that there is no wrong way to try anything you want to do in your journal. They're literally blank pages when you buy it. And you can just create whatever you want or not. You can try it, and if it doesn't work, you can just flip to the next page and try something else, which I absolutely love. So I tried the Alistair method. In this case, I blended all of my work, personal business task, appointments, and events together, and I only had different symbols for the different types of things that needed to get done. And it was kind of helpful, but I knew in October that I wanted to do it a little bit differently. Also in October, if you guys saw on my Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted this setup, like, I think I did it on the 8th or the 9th of October, the first week of October. I don't know what was going on, but nothing was happening. Actually, I take that back. We've got a calendar here. It was like the 4th or 5th. It wasn't that far. It was this week of the 4th or 5th. Because I remember I was traveling. I took the picture in a hotel. That was a really cute table that I used for the backdrop. It was super cute. So this month, I switched it up a little bit. The different symbols, instead of being tasks, events, and appointments, they are for personal, for work, and for my business. And that helped a little bit, but it still didn't do, it wasn't, I don't know, it still didn't really give me what I was looking for. Also, I'm very proud of this. I streamed on Twitch 3 times in the month of October. Super proud about that. Just because streaming has been difficult, and when you're traveling every week, I just don't feel like it most of the time. This is my kind of planning, writing down some ideas for my 2022 journal, which I can't wait for you guys to see it here in a second. It's really cute. And then we get to November. So this was also at a time where, actually I think I bought it in October. I'm pretty sure I bought it at the end of October. I decided to get the Archer and Olive sub box, and you guys, when I tell you, it's the best way for me to spend money without spending a ridiculous amount of money. Having the sub box prevents me from going to Hobby Lobby, because I can go to Hobby Lobby and spend $70 every single time. I literally can. But I'm not going to use most of that. I'm not going to love it. It's not going to be super helpful, and it's not necessarily tailored for bullet journaling. The great thing about Archer and Olive sub boxes is the stuff is tailored to bullet journaling. There's plenty of it to use for myself and to share with family and friends if I want to. It looks so good. I mean, I said I wasn't going to use stickers anymore, but I absolutely had to use these. It's just so good. They just look so nice. They're so nice. And when I get that giant box in the mail, it reminds me, yeah, you don't have to go to Hobby Lobby and spend all the money there. You can just, not do that and wait for your sub box and the Valentine's Day box and the accessory box, which is still less than going to Hobby Lobby every weekend, so I'm okay with this. I don't think this is going to happen, but we'll see. I had thought that I was going to do a separate reading journal. I've kind of gone back and forth. At first I said absolutely not, and then I watched a couple videos on YouTube and I said absolutely, I'm doing this, and now I'm kind of back to I don't know if I want to. We'll see. Another thing I learned about myself, and this is not really something that I've learned that's new, but something that I was reminded of during the month of December, when I do my annual start, stop, continue, things that I did in the year that I want to keep doing, things that I didn't do that I want to start doing, things that I did that I need to stop doing, and things that I started that I want to maybe enhance or change a little bit. I was reminded that I absolutely love bullet journaling. I love everything about this. My first acrylic pens, my first acrylic paint pen test here, writing affirmations for myself for the first time, all kinds of swatches and pen testing, and my mindfulness. Just this entire year reminded me that I love journaling. I love it. I love drawing. I love coloring. I'm not great at it. I'm not a pro. You know, I'm not Picasso, but I absolutely love journaling. I love what it does for my mood. I love what it does for my organization and productivity. And it's really something fun to talk about. Of course, you know, I can go on and on to people who don't ask, but when people do ask, well, what is this journal for? How do you use it? How does it help you? I love sharing how it's helped me, and I love sharing what it's done for me. So now I'm going to show you guys my 2022 journal. Drum roll, please. This is not it. This is it. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Da, 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 da. It is the My Companion, or I don't know if it's called My Companion, but the Companion A5 dot grid journal from Archer and Olive. We've got our bookmark there. And here's what it looks like. Da, 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 da. It's still blank. I have been grounded from traveling for the last few weeks, and not the last few weeks, the entire month of January. I don't have much going on, and so I'm not really stressing myself about getting habits done, cleaning the house. Like, it all happens when it happens, and it's fine. So I haven't needed to use this journal, and so I have ideas of what I want, and obviously I have sketches of things that will absolutely be in the journal. But as far as inking it out, I just haven't done it yet. I cut pages, and that is as far as I got. I just don't need it right now. So I'm kind of being lazy, but also my word of the year, if I must choose one, is grace. And so I'm giving myself grace to just enjoy these 4 weeks at home. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter and even Twitch, because what's probably going to happen is I'm going to live stream this on Twitch, at least inking this and getting it set up. Be sure to follow me so you know when the live stream happens, or if it's a video, when that video comes up. I will leave all of those right over here and in the description box below as well. Thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you know when the next video is coming out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.